Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about how to push through to achieve the goals you want to achieve. It's October, we have 2-ish months to the end of the year, and maybe for one reason or the other we made goals at the beginning of the year or at the beginning of the month that we want to achieve, and I'll share a bit of my strategy which I use to be able to achieve my goals so far. Of course, I still haven't achieved all my goals, but I know as time progresses, I will come to realize them. So the first one will be to break your goals from big goals into micro goals. This means, for example, if you have a goal this year or maybe this month of gaining skills via courses, or you want to transition from one job to the other or find job opportunities, you can say, okay, that's my goal, to transition from one job to the other or to earn certain skills in these courses. So what do I need to do? Maybe you can be able to plan out from Monday through Sunday. You can choose select days, or depending on how you do your things, every day for 1 hour you will be studying or you will be gaining that skill. Or if it's transitioning for a job, you would say in a week I am able to do maybe 4 good applications without burnout, so that I can be able to do quality and see how much more interviews I can be able to gain before then, to enable me to not only sharpen my CV and cover letter spaces, but to also sharpen also my interview skills and know what's out there for me. But even as we break the big goals, my suggestion would be first to know and to understand why those goals matter. Because the reason why you want that goal or you want to achieve that goal is what is going to propel you to move forward even when things are hard. You want to construct a house so that you are not paying rent, and you want to construct a house that is quote unquote debt free, or gives you a longer either repayment time or a shorter repayment time, and in your own liking and in the way you want it to be. Why do you want the house? Maybe to construct it in the way that I like, to be able to live independently without having to be asked by a landlord when my payments due, and to be able to have autonomy over my space. So how are you going to go about it? Maybe you're going to talk to people who have bought property. What was their process like? Find which areas you are actually interested in staying, which neighborhoods are good. Depending on where you are in life, if you have children or not, which areas are most suitable for you, so that you're able to navigate maybe the city and everything else in between. And even in your courses, maybe you want to gain a skill, you have to ask yourself, so why do I want to gain this skill? And how will this skill help me? So, for example, you want to transition from one career to the next. Maybe, for example, you worked in finance and now you want to move to IT. So, that's the area where you want to gain as much skills as possible so that your transition becomes easier. Or you want to transition from one job to another so that maybe you can be able to experience different companies and how people do their things. The third one, and the most important, is always keep a wins journal and a progress journal. Because what we don't realize, we tend to feel as though we are not achieving. Maybe, for example, you're on a weight loss journey and you've been committing to walk every day at lunch hour for at least a kilometer, or at least maybe 1,000 steps, for example. But you're not documenting how many steps you've made, even in a day or in a week. So you start to feel like you're not really reducing, but over time, you're actually building a habit that is actually helping you, that is actually putting you in shape and giving you your health and peace of mind. But because you don't see that like a win, because your main focus is, if I'm 90 kgs, I need to be like 50 kgs in the next 3 months, you don't end up recognizing, hey, I actually moved from 90 kgs and now I am at 80 kgs. So that's progress in itself right there. And so I will just want to encourage each and every person who is out there in their goals to keep that wins journal and be intentional and write them down. And number 4 is also to be grateful. When we're not grateful for what's happening in our lives, we start to see as if we are not moving or we are not progressing, or other people out there are having a better life than we have. But in actual sense, the people you're looking at, you don't know who they are, you don't know their struggles, you don't know what it is they have had to endure to get there. And even if you have, their life can never be the same. Your goals, the reasons for your goals, even if they look similar, they are very different because we all come in different personalities. And I think being grateful every day is so important, even when we are pushing towards our goals. Even, for example, if you're going for interviews and you're not getting maybe the positions that you're wanting, instead of looking at it from I'm the problem, maybe look at it from the place of maybe the skills that they want, possibly need to work on them, or maybe they're just looking for somebody else altogether, or they already have somebody else. And even if they do, what is that thing that I can be able to learn from it? And also pat yourself in the back because you're also showing up. Many people ghost interviews. Many people don't show up clean and polished in the way you have. They don't even struggle themselves to read for interviews or, what is happening. But you yourself, you're doing it even when you don't have it. It means that you are also teaching your head that excellence is important, and you're also creating value for yourself and even rewiring the way you do your things. And as you continue, you will come to later on, I've come to realize, even in my own experience, that I actually sit back and maybe I look at the work that I've done and I'm surprised and I'm grateful that either I kept showing up or I kept doing it or I kept following through. And your goals are within reach. Even when you share your goals and the people who you're sharing with don't feel like it's something doable, for them maybe they don't feel like that, but for you, you better go for them because there's a reason why you've been given those goals to be able to go for them, because those goals are going to help somebody else who is also struggling, who's also at the same level that you're in, to be able to progress in life. So for me, that's all I can say. I am grateful, I am thankful for each and every person who tunes in for these videos. My favorite color is blue. Drop a blue heart in the comments if you love this video, and if you have any suggestions, any comments, kindly note them down and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you like this video, share it and subscribe. So thank you again and see you in the next video.